Hello and welcome back to bonus number 1. In this bonus we're going to look at picking the correct business name. Now when it comes to starting your business, maybe creating a website for the first time, lining it in with your new Facebook page or your LinkedIn page, there's certain criteria that you need to consider in order to make it easy for your clients to find you on Google, or an easy place to find you on Facebook or LinkedIn or possibly even YouTube. So when picking the correct business name, there are a couple of things we need to keep in mind that tends to be a common mistake in our industry that I want to show you the ins and outs of in this bonus number 1 of picking the correct business name, so you don't fall into the same trap as other hypnotists. So when it comes to picking the correct business name, there is something we need to consider which is called SEO. Your SEO is your search engine optimization, that your website, if you are creating a website, that your website will be ranked according to on Google in regards to what your business is about. Think about it like this. The better your SEO is, and there's many ways to do SEO, and it's a constant factor when running a business, the better your SEO or your search engine optimization, the easier it will be for your clients to find you on the first couple of pages of Google. Think about it when you've ever researched something. Have you found yourself sitting there scrolling page after page after page after page? Probably not. What tends to happen, let's say for example, you're trying to find a restaurant in your area. You would type into this Google search, restaurant in my area, maybe restaurant in Brisbane, where I'm from, restaurant in Adelaide, restaurant in Melbourne, whatever the case may be, and you would usually pick according to maybe the first couple of pages of Google. This means that these restaurants are ranking very high in SEO to become available on page number 1, 2, or 3. Now, this is not just a one-stop shop where you do it once and you're always going to stay at that higher ranking or higher status. It's a continual thing in your business. But the most important thing is to find a business name that represents what you do. There are also many ways to continue your SEO. This could be from constant content. This could be from information. It could be your updated website. It could even come down to your website speed and things called backlinks. Now, that's a more advanced approach to your SEO, but the most important thing is getting the right business name that represents to your clients what you do. So let me give you an example of how Google begins to rank certain things called keywords. Now, keywords are the certain phrases or words that your business name will represent. So for us, it's the Conversational Hypnosis Academy. From this name, you can tell what we do. We teach conversational hypnosis and we have an academy. Now, what we need to do when we looked at this as a name is to consider, what do we want our keywords? What do we want to be ranked for? What do we want Google to recognize us as a business in what we do? And it is hypnotherapy training using conversational hypnosis. So let's say you're an up-and-coming hypnotist. You've done all the courses, you're ready to create your first website, but you're stuck of thinking for a name. If we were to use Google right now, and it's the 28th of November 2016 as we're doing this demonstration, if we type into the Google search, Brisbane hypnotist, which are great keywords, it lets us know a location of being in Brisbane. It also lets us know what we do. We're a hypnotist. We receive 170,000 instant results. If we do the same for Melbourne, which is Melbourne hypnotist, we receive 287,000 instant results. If we use the same approach for Adelaide, we use Adelaide hypnotist, we also have 126,000 results. So what does this mean for you and your business? If we took Brisbane hypnotist at 170,000 results, this means that when you create your website, when you pick your keywords, which we'll get into in a moment, and you get your website up and running and everything is fantastic, you are now in the middle of 170,000 other websites potentially that are trying to rank for the same keywords as you are, or trying to rank and find those clients that should be or could be your clients. This means you have 170,000 results just in Brisbane alone, and these are just, we're just doing this Australia-wide for now, being we're Australian Academy. You're competing with 170,000 other results that other clients that could be yours will go through before they even find your website. So if you were to type that into your Google search now and look on page 1, You'll find different academies. You might find different hypnotists. You might find different hypnotherapists in your area. You might find anything to do with hypnotherapists, being that's the main keyword used. These are other results where your clients will type into Google that they need to see a hypnotist in their area, and these are more likely to use their approach or their business because they see them first. So, for yourself, running a business and looking at your certain keywords, there are a couple of things you can do which will help you rank better, but also know it's not a one-stop shop. As we stated, this is a constant thing to almost compete to be on Google page number 1. It's a constant thing. So how do we do this? Well, there's 3 criteria or 3 checklists you need to go through in order to find your right business name. One of the most common mistakes we see with hypnotists, and for myself when I was a very young hypnotist starting out in the industry, I chose a name that I thought was very flashy. I chose a name that I thought would give me instant status. However, I made a lot of mistakes, and it was no conclusion of mine of why I wasn't getting a lot of clients at that time, outside the referrals that I was gaining as a professional hypnotherapist. So the 3 things we need to look for is the name that you want available for your ABN or your Australian business number? One of the best places to check this is by a website called Easy Business Names, and you just type it into the search bar and you'll see if the name that you want to give your business is available for purchase for your ABN. We also need to check the availability of your business name to buy the actual name, which is called your URL. So it'll be your www.businessname.com.au. Go to a place called Namecheap, and we do the same thing. So we need to align up our ABN name with our Namecheap name. We have to make sure they're both available for purchase. And we can also look at something called your Google Keyword Planner. And what this actually does is this gives us a little bit of a cheat inside the industry to find the right names that potential clients are looking for to see if those words are actually ranking. Now, using the keyword planner is very, very simple. So I just want to recap on these 3 steps first. We need to make sure that our ABN is available, our Australian business name is available for our purchase, because if we want to associate our business professionally, we want to make sure that it's done professionally. We need to check the availability of your business name in Namecheap, and Namecheap's not the only one. It's one of the best domains that we found when we were picking our industry names and our website names or our URLs. When it comes to using Namecheap, again, you just type it into the search bar and you make sure it's available according to what you want to use. Now, as an addition, you will find when using Namecheap, it will give you many, many options of .com.au, .net, or .biz, or .uk. Your best bet is always to find a .com.au. .com tends to rank higher in Google. It has more status, more authority, and Google prefers a .com.au or a .com over any other .com. So when we're using the keyword planner, we're using this to find out what words or what keywords, remember the keywords are important. We looked at Brisbane hypnotist, they're being the keywords we wanted to rank for. We look for words that people are potentially typing into Google when looking for maybe to book a session with a hypnotist or maybe even do a hypnosis course. So when it comes to using the keyword planner, very, very simple. Once you've logged yourself in, all you need to do is use the keyword search bar, type in the keywords. So let's look at Brisbane hypnotist. So using Brisbane hypnotist, it shows us that those words put together offer a medium to high competition. This means that the higher the competition, it means that more people or more hypnotists are using just that phrase in that order, in that syntax. I've got more competition, which means I'm going to have to fight harder and longer for a better position on Google. It means that other hypnotists are using those same keywords. Now, it's not to say I don't want to use them. It means I just might have to be a little bit clever with how I state my name or how I buy that business name. Now, how we work out what to do with this is your best bet when buying a name or searching for a name or even creating a name is to use the location that you find yourself in and what you do. We want to get past the process of trying to create a very flashy name just so our business sounds great. It's going to be better to have your clients first with having what you look at maybe as a boring name in comparison to having a name that doesn't tell us one thing about your business. As an example, and this is just a spontaneous example off the top of my head, Maybe you're a hypnotherapist and you decide to call your business or your website, maybe your website should www.url. Maybe you decide to call your business, you've checked your ABN, you've checked it on Namecheap, and they're both available for you. But the business name you use is Inner Minds Spontaneous Spectacular. That's a little bit of a silly name, but it doesn't tell us anything about you or what you do. You might even use a name like Powerful Minds in All of Us.com.au. Fantastic name, very catchy. It sounds like it's got a lot of authority, but it doesn't tell us anything about what your business does. So in order for a potential client to find your business, they have to essentially type in those keywords into the Google search to find your website. So let's put two together. If someone was looking for a hypnotist in their area, are they more than likely going to type in maybe Brisbane hypnotist or Melbourne hypnotherapist or hypnotherapist in my area or Adelaide hypnotherapy clinic in comparison to innermindspowerful.com.au or spontaneoushealing.com.au, themindsaGreatplace.com.au. Again, very catchy website names, very catchy business names, but the chances of people looking for those words and those syntax when looking for a hypnotist are pretty much nil. So our goal when using the keyword planner, which is a free service on Google, is to spend some time recreating the name that has your location, but also has what you do, from hypnotist, hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, coach, whatever the case may be. And you just have to play according to the syntax to make sure you gain a low competition. This means that other hypnotists or other people in your industry have not ranked for those keywords. It means that you can put them into your URL and create a business name accordingly. Now, don't rush this. This might take you a whole day to do. So your goal here, using the three criteria, is use the keyword planner first. Find a business name that's catchy, that tells your potential clients what you do, from hypnotist, hypnotherapist, healer, coach, NLP practitioner, whatever the case may be, and then see if it's available on an Australian business name. If you get those two checks, you're in a great place. Then see if you can buy the URL, which is your business name, that you can host a website on Google on Namecheap. If you get a tick in all three, and you've noticed on the keyword planner you have low competition. Now, low competition means this: the competition ranks every month. So what Google will assimilate is to collect as much data as possible that lets you know how many times someone has actually typed in your Australian area. If you're outside of Australia, be a little bit different again. How many times someone has typed in those keywords into Google when looking through your industry, or when looking for a hypnotist or a hypnotherapist or a coach or an NLP practitioner. Now, low competition might be anywhere between 20 searches to 100 searches a month. Now, it doesn't seem like much, but if 100 people a month are looking for a hypnotist ranked on those keywords, this could be potential clients for you, because they'll find your website first because your website name has your keywords in it, and that is crucial. The keywords you decide on, according to the keyword planner with low competition, needs to be what your business name is called. It has to have it inside of the .com.au. If, however, you find the keywords that you decide to use have a high competition, you might even find a dollar amount next to it. Now, what this dollar amount is, it means that you can buy these keywords and rank for them, but that's at an extra cost, and that will always increase. If you find the high competition, you think, well, 1,000 people a month are searching for, as an example, Brisbane hypnotist, but I have high competition. It means that maybe another 1,000 or 2,000, or as we found out, 176,000 other people are ranking for those keywords, and that's why the competition becomes high. Your best bet is to lower the amount of searches and have no competition, because you could potentially get all those clients. So anywhere between a low to moderate or a low to medium competition, usually you'll find anywhere between about 20 searches to 150 or 200 searches for the low to medium. The highs could be anywhere from 1,000 up to 5,000 up to 10,000. If you use that keyword planner and type in a word or a keyword like fitness or weight loss or Coca-Cola or Facebook, see how many searches they give you and see how high the competition is. What the best bet for us to do when we're first starting out to gain some sort of clients, lower the amount of searches, and be the hypnotist that ranks for those keywords. If 100 people a month are searching those keywords, this could potentially be 100 new clients a month for you. Now, this takes some time to build up, but that should start to make a lot more sense than jumping in the deep end and dealing with all the other high competitors. Stay in the shallow end and be that part. Be in the shallows and lower the amount of competition you have, but lower the searches and gain all the clients instead of trying to fight for those other 1,000, like 176 other 1,000 people are doing or other websites are doing to rank for those keywords. So again, location is very important. It could be state, it could be country. You also need hypnotist, hypnotherapist, maybe hypnotherapy clinic. For us, we have an academy because we have a training school, so we had to put that inside of our URL. When you decide the words you want to use and the keywords you want your business to be framed around, find the URL .com.au or .com is always best. Check all three, make sure they're available. So once they're all available, what do we do with it? Well, there's many different ways you can host a website. I suggest do your own research because that's a skill in itself. You can also outsource by using websites such as Fiverr.com, which you can outsource someone creating a website for you, and you can speak to them accordingly and tell them how you want things to look and what you want your website to be about. It's a fantastic and very cheap resource for therapists first starting out. So once you've done this, let's say we did manage to get low competition for Brisbane Hypnosis Clinic. And let's say from there, I've got my website running. What I want to do is link up a Facebook business page, possibly a Google+, maybe a YouTube, an Instagram, a LinkedIn, and I want to create an account for all of those, them being the highest ranking searches on Google and outside of Google. I want to rank for all of those according to the same business name. So my Facebook business name would be Brisbane Hypnosis Clinic. My Google Plus will be Brisbane Hypnosis Clinic. My YouTube channel will be Brisbane Hypnosis Clinic. Instagram, Brisbane Hypnosis Clinic, and so on and so forth. So what this will do, let's say for example, I was a client and I lived in Brisbane and I would type in Brisbane Hypnotist or Brisbane Hypnosis Clinic. Let's say I managed to use those words correctly. My client is going to see my website first, also my Google+, also my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my LinkedIn. What this does is creates a footprint on Google. The more information Google has about my business, about being a hypnotist or being a hypnosis clinic, the more authority I gain and the better SEO my websites and my sites create. The more and the bigger footprint I have on Google, the more clients I should get. And the more people are going to start to see my business every time they use those keywords because I'm linking everything together. And what this does for a client buying into using hypnosis, and hypnosis sometimes being very expensive to buy a session, it adds authority. I have a website, I have a Google Plus account, I have a YouTube, I have an Instagram, I have a LinkedIn. It shows I'm a professional business. However, if I'm a client looking for a hypnotist and I use those keywords and maybe I found you on Facebook, and I think fantastic, I might do a little bit of research to find out, well, is this person as good as they claim to be? And I jump onto Google and I try and find your website and I can't find it. I possibly look on YouTube videos, I can't find it. I maybe look on Instagram, I can't find it. I look on LinkedIn, I can't find it. What this does is lower the authority and it lowers my expectation as a consumer and a buyer, and I'll probably find somebody else that has more authority, that I keep seeing their name spread throughout Google. I see that name or the business name all over Facebook. I see that business name even on YouTube and Instagram. This adds more authority and I'm more likely to buy into your business because you're all I'm seeing. So use these three criteria wisely when picking your business name. Don't rush this. Doesn't mean you can't change it later on. It is better to go for a low competition on low searches and be the main search that people find, rather than jump in the deep end and try and compete with other hypnotists, with other people in the industry that could possibly have the income to buy for ads. You can actually buy for a higher rank in Google. If you're first starting out and your budget is very low or nil, this is a free and cheap way to do it. Use low competition and lower searches, even if it's 5 searches a month. This could be 5 clients a month for you. get your website up and running, get your Google+, get your YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now, aside from creating a website, which obviously is going to spend some sort of money according to what you want it to look like and what you want it to do, everything else is free. Gain the authority, get the bigger footprint on Google, and you should find your clients become flourishing. Instead of waiting in your office, waiting and thinking, well, I've done the certification, I put a couple of posts on Facebook, people come knocking on my door. I hate to burst your bubble, but it doesn't work like this. You need to get a footprint, let people know who you are, and do this on as many search mediums as possible. If you think of anything outside of YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, use those accordingly. So there's your first bonus on picking the right business name. Get your ABN, check it. Check the business name in Namecheap. And also, look for the keywords. Don't come up with a fancy, flashy name that no one's searching for. If no one's searching for it, no matter how good your business name is, your clients will be very nil. If, however, you have a business name that lets your clients know what you do and where you're located, there's a better chance of them coming to see you. So that's it for your first bonus. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next bonus track. Bye for now.